earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and balance this, and we'll see what we end up with. Not a whole lot of movement, so pretty balanced overall. I know it looks a little off, but remember, it's not about the number of cups. It's about the hidden matchmaking rating. So we will get this going.
Exactly.
Darowind, no problem, man. It is always good. You don't necessarily have to leave or turn the stream off when you're in game, but just you mute it and don't watch.
Yeah, just leave the tab open, minimize or something. Help out with that viewer count. It's really important to us streamers. And and while we're here waiting for the picks, thank you, Garwar, for having me on. I really appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely. I think we've been trying to hook up with more of the awesome Dawngate streamers over time, but it's just usually we're doing like the big thing is casting mode. Usually we were just doing solo queue matches, so it's hard to like play games with other people because if you have 3 or 4 or 5-man stack, it's just really not the greatest experience for anybody, streamers or players, right? So casting mode really allows us to have everybody over and hang out. So we want to do a lot of that. All right. So everybody is locked in. I'm just waiting for them to lock in their roles. I'm liking this. I'm liking what I see.
Yeah.
Lots of play potential.
I haven't seen it a bit.
Yeah, lots of high play potential here on both sides. Definitely
Totally.
different focuses.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of mobility on both these sides. Man, that Predator Freya, ooh, that can be dangerous. She snowballs hard if you play her right.
Switching off of it, though. They haven't locked it in yet. Timbim saying this is his first time on Varian, which is totally fine.
You know, honestly,
Dragain, I will check out the loadout once we're in game.
If you want to play a ranged ADC, I think Varian's a solid choice if you're a newer player, or maybe it's your first ADC. Pretty easy to figure out in his kit.
Yeah.
Pretty easy picks for items is a good shaper.
I tend to recommend the Nisa, but right after the Nisa, I recommend the Varian.
Definitely. You know, honestly, for me, when I first started, I tried Nisa to when I was trying to learn ADC, which I'm just horrible at. And I was much better as Varian.
Renzo thanks.
And
Reaver,
for me, it
thanks
was
for the
her energy mechanic.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it. I didn't understand that at first. And since Varian's just a free caster, that's why I usually tell people Varian.
Yeah, I think it made sense to me because I came from League of Legends primarily. Oh,
Hello.
hello.
I beard.
Yeah, we're casting a match over on the Shapers Guild Twitch channel right now.
If you must.
We are having a good time. Now, I can't remember. Dragain wanted me to check out his loadout. Where is he? He's on the Vex. I'm going to hover over here for a second. He's got haste, 34% haste loadout with 2.5 movement speed. This is going to be a beast of a late game Vex. I think early game you can do whatever you want to him. Early game you can pick him up, pet him, and then throw him into the junkyard. But late game, it's going to be destructive.
I'm excited to see this on the Fire Vex skin, too, because we're going to see all sorts of fire. And we all know that's my favorite thing.
Yeah, fire. You grew up with that. Tell me you grew up with that. I'm not that old, am I?
Oh, no, you definitely
Okay. All right. Sometimes I throw out the TV references and people now, what the hell? No. Come on. Beavis and Butthead.
One of my favorites. Right, Beavis and Butthead. One of my favorites to bust out there is it's law, it's law,
Yes.
it's better than great. It's what people are like. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, really? Come on.
Yeah. Beavis and Butthead, Ren and Stimpy. You gotta go with that. Pinky and the Brain. I think that's still been popularized a little more. Animaniacs. Like, hello, nurse.
Yeah, Animaniacs and Real Monsters.
I didn't see that one. So you got me on that
I
one.
loved Real Monsters. That was so good. Definitely a lot of Ren and Stimpy-esque humor. But anyway.
We're seeing a little bit of invade action over here. Dragain's the only one back here, and he's going to get pinched.
Dragain, no.
Pops that dispel and gets away.
Steel Arab
Dragain,
gonna
where
pick
was
up
Bot?
that,
Oh, Botwin
armor.
was on his blue. That's why he wasn't there. So he was trying to go help protect that, but there was really nothing he could do.
Yeah. Ooh, and a Ferris Salas in lane here. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Apparently,
I
the
like
variant
that.
had a little bit of an issue and was DC'd, but he's back.
Oh, good.
Towther's like,
Yeah,
what?
'cause that
What's
Salas
going
is going to
on?
be able to initiate and lock down, and then Ferris is just going to clean up. This is going to be intense. If they
Ferris
can
and
do that.
Vex. Ferris and Vex, or the Vex, right? That's who you're talking about? The Vex
I was
cleaning
talking
up?
about Salas locking down, and then Ferris cleaning up.
Oh, because
top
there's
lane.
Salus on both sides. Oh my god. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm getting confused. I'm like, I didn't realize there was a Salus on the other side because we were talking about log. But
Yeah, sorry. Talking about Tylenol there and Darowind up on Mortal side. Or Spirit team, excuse
this
me.
is a crazy all-in team on the Spirit side.
Absolutely.
Crazy all-in. They've got the
Yeah.
Freya, they've got the Kendra. Volek has to be right up there, chop chop. Ferris is going to jump in. Salus is going to jump in. They are not playing the game of, hey, let's just sit back and poke. And Tylernol at top going crazy ham on Vex to keep him off of the Ferris, and it works. And we let Smart Camera do its thing. It kind of takes us down to the bot lane, where we get to see Kel, who we don't see a lot of lately, or I don't see a lot of lately, which is unfortunate because the big man with the
Yeah.
sheep is one of my favorites.
Every time I've seen Kel lately, he's been doing like some Kel assassin from the jungle craziness.
Yes, Damage Kel. Damage Kel is
Yeah.
a thing, and it's a beautiful thing.
It's so scary.
It is. It's very scary to see it done well. I do not do it well, but it's a scary
Oh,
thing
Vog's
to do it
coming
well.
in for that gank. He's ready.
Yeah,
No, not
they
gonna
don't
get
really
it.
have the pressure, I think, right now, but
Maybe.
he realized
Oh,
that it's
here he
not
goes.
warded, so he's going for it. And they're going right on that
Variant
Varian.
focus.
Oh,
See
and he's
ya.
toast.
Good.
He
game.
tried to
That's a
get out of
solid
there at the
gank.
last second, but just didn't quite make it.
Yep. Looks
But
like
yeah.
Mina getting pushed back. Vex, yeah, they're just kind of chilling.
Yeah, what made that play happen was there was no ward above the lane.
Oh, exactly.
You gotta
He
have
sat
your
there
wards
for a
out.
good long while. Too.
Yeah, that's
That
what he
is a key
figured.
ward
He
place
walked
early
up.
in the
They
game.
didn't really go anywhere. Oh, Salus comes in, Botwin going crazy. He did this in our
Nice.
games earlier this week. He is really, you cannot underestimate him. He will come in that lane that's outnumbered, and he will destroy people.
And look at that beautiful skin too.
Oh, my favorite, Kindly Death Salus. That's the only
Yeah.
Salus to have.
It's such a great looking skin too. Well done by Waystone on that one.
But he comes in and picks up 2 kills. He's just doing Botwin things.
Yeah, you know, Kung Fu Lizard things. It's cool.
Yeah, Kung Fu Lizard, Assassin, Monk things. Yeah, when they released that, all I wanted to do was play Kindly Death Salus over and over and over
Yeah.
again. It's a wonderful,
I
wonderful skin.
do miss Salus. Need to unlock him.
So let's see what we got here. The Vex, as expected. Oh! Ferris going in for the kill, does not get it, dies instead. Mina just like, whatever. But the Vex went back and bought 3 times. Like, he's not even kidding with this build. He's just like, yeah, 34% haste. All I'm going to buy are time items.
Yeah, that's fair.
He needs a little sustain, though.
Machine
At least
gun
one of
Vex.
those into a hunger, I would have been happier, but I don't think he cares. Salus went back and bought a form and a couple greens. Kel hasn't shopped yet because he's been busy in lane. Timbim died and went back but didn't pick anything up. I don't think he really wanted to... Maybe he forgot? I don't know. He could have at least picked up a green going into something. Maybe he
Yeah.
just wants to finish. He might be going for that desire, like that life drain blue first, and he didn't have enough money when he went back. Mina picked up a
Yeah.
purity and a life, so everything's pretty straightforward. The Salus on the spirit side going straight for the pride though, so a different kind of build coming out of him. Pride and power, so he's going for full damage because he's in the lane. That makes sense. And Tylenol
Yeah, it's
went
gonna be
ham
that.
on power last game on Finmore, so not surprising. Ferris with a power and an abolition, so we're going to see a conquest out of that because that's what Ferris
Yep.
does.
Yeah, that is the Ferris.
The jungle Volek has a control. He's going Janet Jackson Volek. Control.
Sadly, I don't get that one.
Yeah, it's a Janet Jackson song. Again, that's totally
Too busy listening
Can't
to
help. 3v3 in the top lane, but
Oh,
under the
bot
binding,
lane
it's a
dead.
3v4. Blue Mortal Side people are
Poor
the only
dragon.
people that are going to die there. Lariat
zoned out. Trying
might
to come in and help.
get away, but
Maybe.
I don't think it's going to
Oh,
happen.
No, not close
Yeah.
enough for the jump.
The jump wasn't back off cooldown yet, I don't think. It's too early in the game for that to have scaled back out. Kendra has only a life and a hunger, but that's fine because it's Kendra.
Yeah, Kindred things.
Yeah, and straight desire
Sustain all day.
on the Freya, which is fine. I mean, double physical damage lane desire first works out just fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Terrelthur singing our Dawngate song lyrics. Everybody knows a jungler who buys control and makes the ganks go right. And it's so true. It's so true.
Oh, hey, it's Larriat or blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I can't talk. I give up.
Terrelthur. Yeah.
Hanging out in chat.
Yeah, he has to go to work, so he can't use the Skypes and the raid calls and the Dawngate and stuff at work. He works from home, but he can still watch stuff on the internet. So he hangs out. He usually watches streams. He works the graveyard shift, so
Funsies.
yeah, good times.
I used to do graveyard at a copy stand. That was an interesting job.
In college, one of my many jobs. This was my second job while going to school. As in, I had a day job, a night job, and I went to school. I worked the graveyard shift at a 7-Eleven.
Oh.
It was not in the best part of town, rather 420 friendly, for those of you who know, among other things friendly. So we got nightly visits from the police, like every couple hours, just to see if we were okay, like all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun. I think the best things were when the guys would come in and they do that slow cruise. And you know they're having a good night.
Yeah.
And they're just slow cruising through the store, and they stop in front of those hot dog rollers. I'll finish this after this. We got to fight. Tylernol gets caught out.
Tylernol deleted.
TheSteelArab wanted to do something about it, but that Mina ult scared him off. The Mina ult followed by the Vex ult scared him off.
Yeah, which is a super good combo.
Oh yeah, tons of damage, and especially the fact that they have a Ferris on the team, like on the other team. Like you don't want to be standing in that because he doesn't really have any defenses when those two things go off on him. Like there wasn't anything he could do to help out there, since it was just him and the Volek. Like, nope, not going near it.
Nothing. Oh, pork chops. Thank you for the beard compliment.
But yeah, these guys people would cruise in and they just do this slow walk. They'd end up in front of like the hot dog rollers with the various things on them, and they just stare through the glass, like wistfully. And we'd be like, "Can I help you out anything?" And then they'd give you this slow look up, and they'd be like, "Yeah." And then like 5 minutes later, they finally purchase whatever it is they're gonna purchase and then leave. They were funny guys. Funny guys. It was all good.
Bottom
lane got destroyed.
Annihilated.
I wasn't going to stop for that because it was just like, hi.
Yeah.
These people got caught out and we melted them like butter.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. But that Vex he's just building up slowly. I think this is one of those things where I think Sportle's Freya trying to go in uses it a little early. I think we talked about this a couple games ago. You got to save that Freya ult for when they're down below 50% health. But might be able to do some work on Botwin. Botwin can't jump out here, so can only CC people. But yeah, he gets the stun. He gets the root onto the Freya and can walk away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, I think the Spirit side needed to just go all in on shutting the Vex down early. Because of his loadout.
Or else Dragon's going to just
I think it's too late at this point. He's got 6 times.
Oh, holy crap.
Yeah, his attack speed is late game Vex attack speed right now.
Oh, man. This
right
is going to
now.
be great.
And because he gets that on-hit procs like from his W, it's like, okay, you're not doing anything. And he's got a Mina with him in lane. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, so Mina's going to lock shit down and protect him, and he's going to shoot things so fast, not even funny.
Freya dives in on the Kel, but you ain't stopping that Kel when he's got the sheep to get him out. But the Volek turns it around for the kill. Maybe? Yes, okay, they get it. But they lose a lot of health. And they're running, because if the Salus catches up, they're toast.
Yeah, if the Salus was...
Oh, Timbim misses his Chaos Shell.
Too bad.
It's unfortunate. I was going to point out the Vex is sitting on 162 haste, which is 162 attack speed, because it's 1-for-1. That's insane. That's insane. 473 movement speed, too. So He can move quick, like a lot quicker than a normal Vex. 472
looking
is
good
no
right
joke
now
because
with
of
Mina on him, too.
with the Mina on him. That's where he gets the 472. But he's highly mobile and highly damagey. He doesn't have a lot of punch, right? Like he can't knock half your health off in 1 or 2 hits. But if somebody roots him, like or you get that Mina fear, it's all over with. Botland trying to make action happen on the Kendra bot lane, but she totally just blinks out. They can't follow up with the binding there. They're really going to need something, though, some kind of itemization to shut this Vex down. Because you're not just going to do it by normal builds.
Yeah, something like... I
mean, somebody's definitely got to pick up an Equilibrium. There need to be Withers all around. You've got to stack that slow. There's got to be that... People almost, even the carries almost have to pick up an order. But even then, it's like, that's not going to do a whole lot. Because he's just going to attack you so many times that it's the number of attacks that are going to kill you, not the damage that they're doing. We'll drop back through here. Even Salus in chat is like, yeah, Equilibriums. We're going to need the Equilibriums.
Yeah. And
get a kill.
Torether is saying Adamant's on Vex.
Adamants could do okay. See what's happened. So Vex died, so he picked up 2 abolitions to go with his 4 times. The mortal side Salus has a form and a growth and a freedom, which is, yeah, I love all those. He's also got a resilience. I mean, he's itemizing really well. The Kel has the growth, the purity, and inspiration, which is an interesting choice. But I like it. I think he's going to ult in and maybe try to keep. I think what's that going to? The influence? Is that where that goes? Wait, no, I can't remember. I'm losing it. It's been too long today.
Inspiration,
casting too many games.
To Corruption, Fear, Grace, or Zeal.
So Fear, maybe.
Possibly.
I mean, the Fear with that Vex. Oh my God.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Well,
it would be that's all over. Like the free auto attacks when they're auto attacking that much. I think it might break the game animations. I want to see it. The variant's picked up an ambition and a force, and he's got a time. Mina's just doing Mina things with a purity and a life. She doesn't really need much. Spirit side Salus has a pride, control, and an abolition. Hasn't made a lot of purchases since the last time we looked. Definitely needs to go into that equilibrium.
yeah, they need it bad.
Somebody needs an equilibrium. Ferris has not finished his conquest yet, which is problematic. He's got a pride. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I think maybe the damage with the armor. Like that's really the only... Well, it's not the only armor item that's going to have some damage with it. You could go that Adamants. He could have gone the Adamants. It's going to give you a good chunk of power along with armor. That could have been good. They're picking up this binding in the bot lane. I don't know why they're standing around. They're not even afraid of diving because they just hit it once.
Yeah,
pick up the Kendra. The Kendra stasises, but that's not going to help a whole lot. Oh my God. They get the Freya, they get the Kendra, and they're going to pick up TheSteelArab on Volek. Pardon me while I hiccup there.
That was great. I think Timbo said this is his first variant.
He's doing really solid game.
And he's doing really well.
Yeah. I liked that aggressive posturing, just to jump through and go straight for the Kendra and the
Binding goes down top lane.
Yep, but they're going to get a well and a binding.
Darowind taking the opportunity. Yeah,
they're not going to get this binding. They'll get the well, though. The Volek on the Spirit side has picked up a Pursuit with a balance and a bunch of green items. Pursuit's an interesting choice when you need to mitigate tons of damage.
Yeah.
Kendra went straight into a passion with an aggression. She's just going for sustaining to get those resets. I hope that goes into a destruction real quick here, because she needs to be able to punch that Vex in the face.
Yeah, I would expect that's where it's going to go, but I guess we'll see.
Freya's got an ambition and a balance. Again, I think she could have an Adamants too. Everybody that's diving in, they all need really tanky items. Just to stop the physical damage. It's all physical team, effectively. I mean, you got the magic damage off Mina. You're going to have some on-hit magic damage from the Vex, but you pick up a will, like a will, or that you turn into a freedom, and you leave it at that. Except for a Ferris. Ferris should pick up the like a balance and go into like an oppression, but everybody else just do your normal thing, man.
Looks like they decided to group up top, try to pick off Vex and Mina, but those wards.
Yeah, Pork Chop saying Fear isn't the greatest item because it freezes your character a lot. That's because what it's doing is it's pausing your steps. But if you're like Vex and you're just a turret, as we see him right now, melting everybody, the combination of the Chaos Shell and Vexes are just going across everybody. They pick up 4 kills, and only one person's at half health. 4 kills later, and a binding dive later.
Yep, now it's time for the Parasite.
But if you're playing Turret Ferris, which is, I mean, legit, you're just or Turret Vex, you're just gonna stand still and auto attack. Like the Fear isn't horrible to have on your team. He actually has 2 abolitions and 2 clarities right now too, as well. He should be able to just shred right through this Parasite.
Yeah, what a neat build. I really like this.
I remember when Kensu came out that Michael Ward, GLG Michael, he was theory crafting a Kensu build that had like 34% attack speed boost like this. And yeah, I mean, it works. 34% haste. So right now he's at 202 haste. So he is getting
469
what is his attack?
Move speed. Wow.
2.37 attacks per second with a 469 move speed on his own without a Mina. Once the Mina gets in him, it's gonna go.
Oh,
up.
there it is.
I didn't see it. She hopped out too quick.
489.
Where did it go to 489? He's just baiting in this bush. He's waiting. He doesn't need to do anything. Now he comes out. Just a zone so they can get the well. But if they're tight, the Spirit Side's really in a tight spot there. They do not want to get caught out. If they get ulted by the Salus and he has his ult, then the Vex can just wreck them with his, because his is back up again already. That's the other thing of that 200 haste. Your ability cooldowns are non-existent. The cooldown is at 69 seconds for Vex's ult. That's basically every team fight. Every team fight.
Yeah, it's always going to be up. Especially if the rest of the teammates key in on that. Oh man.
Yeah, this is the Vex build is disgusting. It's not something you're going to see in all games, but in a fun game like this, you know you can last through that early game to get to the mid and late game. Like, you got to remember, he has no sustain. Like, yeah. I tried to point this out. Like, I would have liked seeing one of those of hunger. Well, he didn't bother with that. He's just lots of haste. So, you know, like, because if you think about it, all of that, even with just a base hunger, he would get a lot of heal, just because it's hitting so many times. Completely. But he didn't bother.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even going to need that. He's got
and he's the one posturing and zoning around the side right now, which is insane.
Is awesome.
Yeah, he's almost 500 movement speed. Almost 500 movement speed. Because what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't catch it.
Yeah. Race car Vex.
The Spiky Doge 500 is going to be going on our next custom match.
Yeah.
Vexes race around the map to see who can win. Hunger cooldown is every half seconds, if I'm not every half a second, if I'm not mistaken. So you're going to get it twice a second, and he attacks quite a bit. And since he's over 2 attacks per second, he's getting both of those hunger procs every second, which most carries
doesn't manage to melt anybody, but pushes him back big time.
Yeah, that's all he needed to zone. Again, it's going to be back up again in 60 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can instead of having to save it for melting people, you can zone with Vex. This is ridiculous.
And it's kind of one of those things like the Ferris, the Spirit Side Ferris really needed to have built to just jump in on the Ferris and erase him, because there's no sustain.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Vengeance
but he's got a Vengeance. Like, that's an auto attack build. And I think he did that because he was trying to be the ranged carry. But you can't ever play ranged carry on Ferris. I'm sorry. Anybody that tells you that you can do that, like, that's not... You're not an auto attack carry. You're still an ability-based assassin. And you're seeing that right now as the Spirit Side is just getting deleted. They did kill the Vex, finally. So I'm proud of them. Yeah. But it's a 5 for 1. Oh, 5 for 3! Oh, they did such a good job there. 5 for 3. Good job, guys. But Timbim's going to go ahead and take out these bindings while they respawn.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
you
once
got to
again,
finish that
Timbim
Conquest. Conquest, Destruction on
first
Ferris.
match.
If those are the only 2 items you build, you did it right. Period.
Yeah.
As long as you buy those first. After that, you can pretty much buy anything. But those will delete people. And there it goes. They picked up 2 bindings for that fight. They're going to hopefully back out here. Yeah.
Thinking.
The Vex went back and picked up a Ruin and a Duress. So when he ults, he's basically stopping anybody, whoever he hits. Like, he's just got to rotate his attack throughout because he hasn't picked up a Fate yet. But that's going to be interesting. He did turn that into an Inspiration. Maybe he's building his own Fury. Or he could build it. Yeah, who knows? He can build whatever the hell he wants at this point. Ferris, his side Ferris has a Form, a Rebirth, 2 Resiliences, a Hope, and a Stability. So he's not dying anytime soon. The Kel built that Devotion after the Rebirth. Got a Corruption, which is a good idea with that Kendra running around. And then a Resilience and a Will. Timbim on Varian has that Ambition, that Dominance, that Duress. I think he wants to go Conquest off that Abolition. He's also got a Clarity, so I'm guessing that's going into a Fate. Mina has a couple items on cooldown. She's got a Pestilence, a Devotion, a Purity, and a Vigor. And Vex just melts, utterly melts that Ferris who tried to delete him. But the TheSteelArab cleaned it up. So 1 for 1 there. The Spirit side Salus went the damage Salus with the Vengeance, Control, Abolition, Balance, and Resilience. The Ferris, again, we've already said, Pursuit.
A lot of people think that that Salus is not an auto attacker for much,
he definitely
but
is.
he is deceptive. He is
That's
very
what I
much
used
so
to
an
build
auto
him as,
attacker.
is an auto attack clear in the jungle, but I would rush the Fate and I would follow it up with the Vengeance and do the Michael Bay Salus. It basically insta clears, like you flash farm all the camps, and then can gank lanes at will because you've cleared out all the camps. But the Ferris built a Pursuit, an Abolition, and a Vengeance, which is odd. Especially since there's also a Pursuit on the Volek, who also has an Oppression. Spirit side going for the Hail Mary on the Parasite right here. This could be
We'll see
really
if they can
dangerous.
do
They
it.
don't
I
have
don't
their
think
they
it's
don't have
gonna happen.
Ferris. Yeah, they're pulling back.
Yeah.
Their
Especially
Kendra.
Getting,
Go ahead.
the shred from Parasite and then having
Oh,
Vex
yeah.
hanging around.
You don't
Not
want that.
Good.
You don't want that. Their Kendra finally finished her Destruction. So it's a Destruction Ambition, or a Destruction Passion Kendra. And they're just now zoning. They're 2-manning the Parasite. 3-manning. They got the Vex on it. So that means it's going to fall over any second now. Spirit side just needs to run away.
Yep.
There it goes.
Now here we go.
Freya only with an Ambition and a Balance and a Time.
Kel charging in, locking down
Bad.
Kendra. Goodbye, Kendra.
Yep.
This is why
Kendra on her back. Don't see that often. Alrighty. So they go and dive the tower for
Ferris
Ferris.
going down.
And he's
Yep.
going to die. Smart Cam jumps down to this awesome duel. Oh my god, that Freya almost took out the Vex. I mean, like, maybe 100 health left on that Vex. That was incredible.
Oh man, I was watching the fight over at the binding.
Yeah, the Smart Cam jumped me down to that Freya Vex fight. It was amazing. If the Freya had I'm just going to call this now. If the Freya had an Equilibrium in her build, that fight would have been over.
Definitely.
She had a Wither. I probably used it. It's probably why it turned out as well as it did. Incredibly strong against
Just not
that
quite
specific Vex, who's sitting at 263% bonus attack speed, which is a 2.87 attacks per second. So basically insanity. Look at those
Wow.
attacks. Look at those attacks.
Melting still
Dies, but that's because he's got no sustain. Doesn't
Right,
even matter,
well,
though. Sock trying to do his best. Gets a good chunk
Yeah,
out of
this is-
Timbim, but dies anyway.
if that Vex had an ambition, then he probably would have lived.
Oh, just a hunger, I think. I really think just a hunger. Oh, Freya goes down again, unfortunately. They're cleaning this up. Darowind trying to get one last kill. Doesn't quite happen.
And that's gonna be GG.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty crazy.
Oh, my dog needs to go out.
Yeah, the hunger's not going to do a whole lot, guys, but it's going to do better than what we were seeing there. So some of those fights were pretty close. I think with just a little bit of sustain, they might have actually pulled that out. But that, yeah, GG. That haste build. There wasn't... Oh, and he picked up a Zeal at the end. Jeez, because, you know, Vex with a Zeal. I don't even know. Sucks like I accidentally sold one of my items. Oops. Yeah, that makes it difficult. That definitely makes it difficult. Alrighty. So we'll do another Waystone giveaway here. So to everybody hanging out in the chat.
Nice.
Is that your last game, Pyro?
Yep. I unfortunately have to be up for work in about 6 hours. So.
Oh. Yeah, so we got you a little late.
Right? Oh,
That's all
man.
good.
And the Blue Muzzy just decided to host me from his channel, but I'm actually going to bed.
Well, you can send everybody over here. I will do
Yes.
I will do one more game. Solo.
Yeah, I think
Renzo
actually it looks like
thanks
he.
his
No,
sidekick.
no. I'm gonna make sure he hosts Shaper's Guild channel instead.
We'll see. Lake the Sky Knight, thanks for the follow. Chocobo's X wins the Crystal Waystone. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That will come to you here via your Twitch chat. So let me get that the link and everything into this email real quick and get that out to you. It'll either be in your inbox or the other that Twitch puts there. Congratulations. If you don't want it, you shouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, or
Yeah, that's how that
you could
works.
give it to a friend or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, you can give it to anybody you want. Whatever you want to do with it. We just give it to you.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. I've had people come in, win them, go to other Twitch channels and give them away there. Loco Pello, thanks for the follow, man. And Pyro, thanks for coming and hanging out, man. Anytime we're doing this, definitely keep an eye if we're up and we're doing casted games. Come on by, because that's
Yeah,
primarily
absolutely.
what we want to do from now on. So it's just do community casted games and have fun. Get
Yeah,
this
that sounds
casting
good to me,
mode
man.
nailed down.
So much fun.
Everybody
Well,
needs to get
thanks.
experience so we can have good esports action.
Heck yeah. Well, thank you for the invite. Thanks everybody for being here with the Shapers Guild and myself. Really appreciate your support. And yeah, I'm heading out. We'll catch you guys later.
Awesome. Have a great night, man.